Oh my God.
Open this Midtown Redevelopment Board meeting Tuesday, March the 10th, with our roll call, Ms. Jessica.
Yes, sir. Pastor Eddie Lake, Chairman.
Present.
Tangela Hardy.
Present.
Joan Shepard.
Present.
Davida Booner.
Present.
Lynn Thompson is excused today. Renee Richardson.
Present.
We have a quorum. We can continue.
Excellent. We'll now have our invitation by Ms. Harding, and then we'll have...
Oh, Miss Kathy Washington. I'm so
yeah.
sorry, honey.
How can we forget you? That's right. That's right. No, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we'll have our invocation followed by a pledge of allegiance.
Father, we're so humble and so thankful to come into this place, to be all in one mind, to work as we work unto you, Father, to make the decisions for the residents of our Midtown area. Continue to give us the spirit of discernment, the mind of righteousness, and the courage to stand up for what is right in the midst of everything that's happening around us. Have grace and mercy upon us as we continue to do this great work. In your Son's name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Harding. Appreciate that. Beloved, next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. If we could receive a motion to do that, we greatly appreciate it. Is there a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the agenda 47. Oh, that's right.
I motion to approve the agenda as is.
I second.
Is there a second? Okay, moving and properly second that we approve the agenda as presented. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
Nay.
Just following.
Unanimously.
We're all over the place today.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's right. It is going to get better after a while. Next item on the agenda, approval of the minutes. You have been emailed the minutes, so they've been dispersed. We are ready to receive a motion to approve the minutes of the February 10th meeting. Is there a motion?
I suggest a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Is there a second?
I second.
Moved and properly seconded that the minutes be approved as presented. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. So as the order, minutes are approved. Now we'll have our staff reports. We'll start with Captain Conte.
Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon. How are you today, sir?
Afternoon.
Well, thank you.
Good.
These are the most recent crime stats from the period of February 11th until March 9th. District 1 Patrol handled 2,842 calls for service, completed 600 reports, made 76 felony arrests, made 84 misdemeanor arrests, conducted 210 traffic stops, issued 307 citations, completed 618 documented extra patrols. As far as specific crime data, for persons crimes, unfortunately, we had 1 homicide, which remains an ongoing investigation. We had 12 aggravated assaults, 10 of which were cleared by arrest, and 2 remain ongoing investigations. We had 2 domestic violence aggravated assaults, both of which were cleared with an arrest. We had 9 domestic violence simple investigations, 3 of which were cleared with arrest. 5 suspects have been identified and have affidavits completed, and the 1 remaining has an active warrant. We had 1 stalking investigation cleared by arrest, 3 weapons law violations, 1 of which was cleared by arrest, and 2 remain ongoing investigations. We had 7 sexual offense investigations, all of which remain ongoing. Then for miscellaneous, we had 4 death investigations, 4 missing person investigations, and then 1 bomb threat, which remains an ongoing investigation. For property crimes, we had 6 burglaries, all of which remain ongoing. We had 6 reported motor vehicle thefts. Out of the 6, 3 involved motorcycles, 2 of which were recovered. The remaining 3 of the 6, 1 was actually a header change. It was not stolen. It was a misplaced vehicle. 1 is recovered and remains an ongoing investigation. And then the final one is a little bit suspicious. It might be a quasi-civil issue, but that remains open. We had 12 car breaks, 1 of which was cleared with an arrest. All the other 11 remain ongoing, pending results from latents and DNA. We had 5 robberies, 4 of which were cleared with an arrest. The final had the suspect identified, and he has an affidavit with a warrant being walked through. And we had 3 prowler investigations, all of which were cleared with an arrest. As far as events go, from our prior meeting until today, we wrapped up Speed Week with Daytona 500. And other than a little bit of bad weather and some traffic, we really had no significant issues. For Bike Week, unfortunately, we did have the homicide which occurred in the Midtown area. And then we did have a small handful of motorcycle thefts, which unfortunately is somewhat typical for the motorcycle events that occur in our city. As far as upcoming, we have Spring Break as well as Jeep Beach, and then some of the other pop-up events, which we've been monitoring on social media, trying to make all the necessary plans and ensuring all our staffing is in place for those.
Very good. Any questions for Captain Carnegie?
I'm just curious, how did this year's figures for Bike Week compare to last year's figures? Because we still don't have that database yet.
The true CompStat data is still
Yeah.
in the works, unfortunately. What I typically do is I run the reports myself, and then I manually read all the reports and then do all the follow-up to ensure what's been arrested, what's been cleared. As far as specific data goes, I can tell you they seem to be about the same.
About the same? Okay. And how was this year's Bike Week and events compared to last month? Was there a significant increase? What can we do to help?
They're very, very different venues. The races are condensed into one immediate area, which is obviously the Speedway. We do also receive a lot of support from the sheriff's offices and outside agencies. Our biggest challenge when it comes to the races is traffic and then pedestrian crossings, but they're pretty much condensed in that one area. With Bike Week and Biketoberfest, we have 2 large venues, and it encompasses a whole lot more than just the traffic and accidents. We also have a lot of consumption of alcohol, domestics, violence, and then with the extension of the 3rd venue on the south end, it just it presented a little bit more of a challenge as far as trying to monitor and maintain eyes on that because we didn't have sufficient staffing.
Well, I want to commend y'all because I was coming home from work the other evening and the traffic guidance that your department offered, the traffic was exceptional. You had those people moving like that, so thank you for that.
We appreciate it, and I absolutely have to give credit to the men and women that were doing the hard work.
Any other questions?
Nope, thank you for your service.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes,
Ms. Bonner?
yes, thank you for your report and service. Thank you.
Appreciate it, you're very welcome.
No question.
I do have a couple questions. Can you did you mention why there was a shortage of patrol?
We simply don't have sufficient staffing.
Just don't have, period. Wow, okay. How many people are you hoping to hire this year?
In a perfect world, I'd like to probably have another 100 officers.
Okay. Okay.
So the issue is this, I'm not sure if everyone is aware of it, but when it comes to special events, we only have a pool of people that we can pull
Right.
from. So we still have to maintain our day-to-day activities, our patrol, and our investigations. So what happens is we cancel days off for the remainder of the police department. So you're talking about 10 days of people not being able to take time off, and then they work anywhere between 14 to 18-hour days. So that presents a little bit of a stressor.
Yeah. Now, where was that homicide in Midtown?
It occurred right in front of the Barrett's on Pearl Street.
Have they been apprehended, perpetrator?
It remains an ongoing investigation.
Oh, boy, jeez. Any other persons hurt?
There was one female that responded to the hospital. Initially, it was reported that she was also struck by a stray round, but that wasn't the fact. She was actually struck by someone's arm.
Okay.
But there were no significant injuries to her.
Okay, very good, very good. Now, on your report, did you report any activity at, if I'm not mistaken, I think it supposedly gang activity at the basketball court behind Stewart Memorial? I believe that's where,
Oh, the
not
Harris
100%.
Park, yeah.
What's the name of it?
Joe Harris.
Joe Harris Park. Are you familiar with what happened there? I'm guessing it was there because it supposedly had been issued with a couple of BCU students and then a couple of people from Daytona Beach.
Are
Within
you
the city.
referring to what
Supposedly
specifically?
gang activity, supposedly.
If you could
Yeah.
fine tune what your question is, because
Okay.
not everything that I'm aware of, I'm able to say.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it honestly would just
I
depend
get
on what
more
exactly you're
details.
asking.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I'll follow up on that. But evidently there is supposedly some gang activity that I'm assuming it was at the park because persons were playing basketball.
There, yeah.
And I know that's where a lot of students play basketball. So I'm making the assumption that it was right there. And there was a fight that broke out. And after the fight was squashed, the story is about 30 persons came masked and just tried to start more trouble again. Yeah. So not,
That I can
not
tell you I'm
necessarily
unaware of.
armed, but not necessarily armed, but just the appearance of that. Yeah.
What I can tell you is that we do have a gang problem in the city,
Okay.
and it's from a couple of different groups.
Was that the Mongolians? The Mongols?
If it was at Joe Harris Park, I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Because there was a, they called it Operation Mongolian Beef, where the bikers, the Mongols, were raided.
Is there?
I believe that was the county.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, it's right outside of Daytona Beach city limits, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, had heard that, but I get more detail. I'll reach out to you.
Please do.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. All right. Did you have anything, Ms. Hardy?
Yeah,
Yes.
all that data that you told us came from Midtown?
No, this is all District 1 reporting.
I was sitting here like, yo, that is crazy.
No. This-
No, it's everything from the railroad tracks west.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Okay. Very good.
that's it.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right. Next item on the agenda is Ms. Kirk. She's not here today.
She is out sick.
She's
I
out sick,
spoke with her earlier. She didn't even report to work today, and she
Bless her heart.
apologizes.
Yeah, we'll keep in our prayers. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, we're ready for you, our project manager, whom we trust and believe in, and as well as the staff. Let me go on record by saying that. Because we've got a lot of work to do, and we can't do it without what you all do. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Board members, I'm Michelle Tolliver, the project manager for Midtown. I wanted to start with sharing some accolades for one of our Boys and Girls Club members, and I'll email this to you. I didn't get a chance to email it before the meeting.
Is that right?
This is at the Dickerson Center.
Okay.
A member who attends our Dickerson Center Boys and Girls Club of Volusia and Flagler County was recognized as the Youth of the Year.
Okay, okay.
And this
That's
is
good. That's good.
Volusia and Flagler. I don't know how many Boys and Girl Clubs we have
We have
between the
8
two.
altogether.
8. Yeah.
and she won. And this young lady is Kiana Broxton, if I'm saying her name correctly.
Okay.
And to even be considered, I want to read you some of the criteria. She embodies leadership, resilience, character, and a heart for serving others. And I'm not sure what grade she's in
She's a
either.
senior graduating from Spruce Creek.
Thank you.
Oh,
So let's give Miss
Okay.
Kiana Broxton a round of applause. And I'll send this out to you all by email just so that you can
Okay.
have it. But she's one of our own. She was at the Dickerson Center Boys
Very
and
good.
Girls.
And lives in the Midtown area.
Very good.
Yes. And this was, this event was on the 28th of February at Embry-Riddle, and Commissioner Reed actually hosted it, and she was the keynote speaker. And she also shared this information with the commission on last week.
Very good.
Let's give her another round of applause. That's awesome.
Wonderful.
All that we heard about violence and crime, we
Yes.
still,
Yeah.
cream of the crop,
Yeah.
rise to
Yeah.
the top. So,
Absolutely.
the next item is a housekeeping item. This doesn't require a vote, it's just information to you. The National Hookup for Black Women, Volusia County Chapter, has their 7th annual Women's History Month celebration on Sunday, March 29th at 4 p.m. at Bethune-Cookman Center for Civic Engagement. And Midtown Funds will be contributing to this as a sponsor. We'll contribute, I believe it's $1,000 for this event, and this will probably be our first. As far as I remember, this is our first, yeah. This is the first time we'll be supporting it, but I wanted to share that with you all.
That's good news.
That's nice. Thank
If
you.
anybody want to attend, Michelle?
Yes, absolutely. If any one of you all want to attend, I will reach out to you, because with this sponsorships, there are tickets, so I will.
You say the 29th, is it?
29th, yes. March 29th, Sunday at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
At the Performance Arts?
The Center for Civic Engagement,
Okay.
CCE. And Miss Richardson, not Miss Richardson, I'm sorry, we just don't want to say your name tonight, don't we? Miss Kathy Washington, Kathy Washington. Kathy
That's all that
Washington.
matters, yeah.
I have you down, and I don't have Miss Richardson's name, I have Kathy Washington's name.
Yes.
And if anyone else.
Put me down, I guess.
Okay.
Yes, put me down.
And I know you come with the spouse, so is that 2 tickets, or?
Yes,
Okay.
put 2, we'll see, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. She may or may not be able to make it, yeah. And check the boss's schedule, yeah.
And then there is another event. This one, we are hooked by the hip on this one. This
Okay.
is the Icons Pave the Way project. They're gonna do a reveal of all of the murals that have been painted on the sidewalk at the Huger Park at Dickerson Center.
Okay.
And that is going to be this Saturday at 9 o'clock. And it's a lot that they're doing with the reveal. But I encourage you all, if you can't stay, to stop by, drive through at any time once they do the reveal, so you can see the beautiful murals that are on the sidewalks.
From 9 until what time?
It will probably go until easily 12 o'clock,
Okay.
11 o'clock, easily, because it's a lot to reveal.
Okay.
Some of them are athletes that grew up in Palmetto Project, the housing development. And then the other reveal is along ISB every February. Those icons that are up there are going to actually be revealed in murals on the ground, on the sidewalk. Yes, ma'am.
Question.
Yes.
How did they go about selecting the individuals to be placed on the sidewalks? My reason for asking is I received several phone calls. We've got a lot of coaches, we only had one female coach that won state championship. And I got a call, even got a call from some of her children. I played basketball. I didn't think anything about it, but I was on the team. Is there any reason why she was not selected?
I don't know if it's
female.
I don't know if it's one of the ones that Ken and I tried to fight for.
Who
but-
was it?
Betty Bethune.
Oh wow. Wow.
Betty Bethune.
Wow.
I'll take the hit on this one because I don't want Michelle to be responsible for that. But that evaluation process was contentious.
Yep.
And what you just said was what we were saying. How in the world did we do this and then we only have one female? I think it was, how many females are in that right now that's being presented on Saturday? Only one.
Yeah.
And we know that throughout this whole community, there had to be more females.
Rodney Williams'
Absolutely.
daughter. Rodney Williams' daughter.
Oh,
Ronette.
that's in the last few years.
Right.
Yeah. However, though, throughout our contentious conversations, it was said that, we can add more at some particular time. So those people that you know of, give them to us, and we're going to work and we're going to pay for them to be placed.
Very good.
Okay, that's
Because we
good to
feel
know.
as though there were definitely more females that should have been honored during this time.
And I inquired as well. Some people asked me after the event was over what the criteria was, and I went to the, one of the CEO and chair of that program and did ask how do people go about nominating someone or whatever. And I was given some brief information on how to do that. But afterwards, there were some people later that did ask, well, hey, do you know anything about this? But they did graciously share with me that there was a process and that I think there was a due date, and that was from some of the corporation members, so I did
Yvonne
inquire.
Scarlett Golden was also a female basketball coach. She won
Heard that.
she won. She was a winner, but the one that Betty Bethune, the teams that she did, we won state championship.
Oh, that's definitely commendable and need to be documented. So, like
appreciate
Betty Bethune, if we can get some information on her.
Tell me what you need and I'll get it for you.
Yeah, it's essentially the history, but we'll communicate with you.
Please.
And others too. We want to make sure that others are commemorated.
Because we were even told that because this is, and you all may not know this is a housing authority project, and the city was a partner with them. And they were trying to, minimize it to just athletes who grew up in Palmetto Project. And then, because it's a housing authority, they're doing Palmetto Park, Caroline Village, and Walnut Oak. Walnut Oak is over here by Daisy Stocking Park. But just like Ken said, we pointed out that there were other women athletes and male athletes. Foots was another one.
Exactly.
That he came out of Palmetto Project, but he didn't get included. So, but again, it's not over. It's not over. These are the ones who are being acknowledged during this unveiling. And we were partners and our voices were not counted. So. But I'm still going to support it. I'll be there Saturday, and it's this Saturday at 9 o'clock at Dickerson Center.
Okay, good. Very good.
The next item is because the city manager, I'm going to err on the side of caution as opposed to leaving something out. But this is literally hot off the press. This is a page out of the purchase agreement for property located in that circle of properties at, we call the town center over here at ISB and Dr. King Boulevard.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There's a, what's the auto insurance place? Insurance World.
Insurance World.
Insurance World is on the corner, and then there's, so if you all will drive by there, The city has demolished a lot of structures over there. That's the town center location. But this was literally signed today. This is, has been probably over a year. Most of our work, you guys don't have any clue how much it takes to bring something to a deal, but this is one of the properties. This is 130 North Helmy Place. This is a triplex, and none of these properties have a for sale sign. Back there, because she gonna work with us sooner or later. But she's heard this spiel.
You heard it.
She's heard this spiel. But none of these properties have a for sale sign. None of them say, you know, we'll just sell because you want us to sell. But this is one more that we have to get on that street. Other than that, we own all the real estate on that one street, but we have over 38 parcels total that we need to acquire, and I think we have about 16 with this purchase. But again, we disrupted this family's life. It's two daughters living in duplex, and then they rent out the third unit for income. But this was not easy, and all of a sudden, Thursday last week, the attorney for this seller contacted our attorney's office and say, send us the contract.
Very good.
So if y'all praying,
Right,
keep
yeah.
praying. If you're not praying, pray, because this was difficult. Again, we still have one more property on this street to get, and there are some other acquisitions that are pending, but this was a surprise. And the terms didn't change. Again, the last time we met with them was October of 2025, and here we are in March, and they say, send us the contract. Wonderful. The next item, I think it's the last item for my project list. This is just an update. Last month, I mentioned to you about the Meridian barriers that you all may not have an issue. But Angela's board may have an issue. Well, guess what? They had an issue. They asked staff to reduce their contribution of $100,000 to match the amount for Midtown, because they didn't feel as though they should be paying the most amount. Well, because of that request, staff went back with this redevelopment staff, the police, and then we invited Ann Ruby, who works part-time for the city, to pull all of the events that we have in Midtown in these areas, Midtown, downtown, and Beachside, and come up with the fair share for each board. So originally, Midtown was gonna pay $78,200, which you all were aware of, and you said, let's do it, because we got a PowerPoint presentation from Captain Condi. Once they did the, the dot your I's and cross your T analysis, Midtown will only be paying $37,404. The board that asked for this,
Yes.
they went from $100,000 to $114,915. So they asked for this, but they ended up paying more than what they were originally going to pay. And Midtown was going to take on responsibility for costs that were over. And this is based on the number of barriers, how many streets have to be blocked off for how long. But we're going to end up, and this still has to go to the Beachside board tomorrow night. They have their CRA meeting tomorrow. And but based on this extensive research, I don't see how they could defend not paying their fair share based on this serious analysis.
Wow.
So, but we ended up paying far less than what we were originally going to pay.
Well, that's why we trust our staff.
Yes.
And thank you all for what you do to make a difference. And when you trust the people that are serving, we have to have a level of trust in order to do anything that we need to have accomplished. But sometimes you need to keep your mouth shut. And so I'm grateful, and we'll receive the savings.
Yes.
Amen.
Because those resources will go somewhere else to help us with our priorities. So thank you. Very good.
And if you'll go to the next item, I just wanted to comment on the next item as well.
Okay,
Pastor.
the spotlight.
Yes.
Very good. Yes.
So for the past 2 months, I think it's been 2 months now, maybe it's been since January, actually. Pierre has, he hasn't moved on to greener pastures, but he's broadened his horizons. He's doing more work. He's doing AI consulting and some other stuff that's not allowed him to go walk the community like he has been able to do in the past. So he took on that role long before I came to the board, and he kept that role once his term ended, and he was no longer a part of the board, but now he's not able to do it. So it's left a little empty spot on our agenda. And I don't want to take it off because it does highlight small businesses that normally would not get a chance to share what they do in the community. But until we either, give me a duplicate person, 2 of me instead of 1.
Right.
And if someone approaches us or we're aware of a new business starting, we'll add them as we go. But Pierre is no longer able to go walk the community and visit the businesses in order to get them on our agenda.
Was there a rubric or something or that he was utilizing in order to select the businesses, or just as they come?
Yep, he basically just walked the community, and he had a list. I mean, sometimes all 12 months had a person or 2, and sometimes 3. And he would forward that, and if there were any changes, he'd make that change, the month or 2 before that person said, I'm not going to be able to make it. But he literally just stayed within the borders of the Midtown boundaries and just walked.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Good.
And if you all know of any businesses, that's another way of, bringing them, spotlighting them at our meetings. By all means, I can do the legwork and reach out to them and get the information, tell them what it would be, because that's what he would do. He would tell them, this is what you want to do. You want to tell them what you do, tell them how long you've been there. And of course, one of the things that I help with is I try to put a picture of the business so that you may not know the address, but if you see the actual business on the screen, it'll help you identify where the business is.
Excellent. All right.
And I think it's one more that
One
I
more?
need to.
Okay.
The next item.
The next item, old business.
Yes.
Yeah, and before,
The logo.
question before you go to that logo. My question. Never mind, we'll come back to it. Yeah, you can proceed.
You gonna write that down? 'Cause,
Yes, yeah, I'll write it down. Yes.
I'm gonna say I forget, and I'm gonna say, oh, shit. Okay, so each of you were given a copy of the, Joe, I got it, I think. Yes. So each of you were given a copy of the 2 color choices. That's what we're down to. And for the first one, it's basically what the artist is calling a gold heart. So the gold heart is what this is. Oh, that one's not working. So it's the gold heart. She's calling this the gold heart, where the heart matches the letters in Daytona Beach. And then the next option she's using as a red heart. And I'm gonna skip through the slides because basically it's the same design. It's just that the heart is different, a different color. So this down, because that red is so hard to match up with backgrounds, these are the backgrounds that she's proposing to us if we choose the deep dark red. So it's the deep dark red, and then it's the what she calls the gold.
Like that.
Now this one is going to require you all to tell me which one, because this will be the Midtown logo. Back to that one.
Ms. Tolliver,
Yes.
is it appropriate for us to ask your opinion and Mr. Thomas's opinion as to your
Sure,
preference.
sure. I mean,
Which do you prefer? We love input.
yes. Me personally, I prefer that one.
Okay. The red,
Yes.
okay.
What about you, Andrew?
That's a conspiracy.
But either one of them, the look is, that's why I went back to that one. The look to me is the same, but it's, you know, when I think of the
Okay.
heart of Daytona, the heart of the city, I think of red.
Okay.
My comment is that we already have a red heart out in front of the
Yes.
The building,
City
so-
Hall.
That's good.
like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's it. That matches.
I think we need to
change it up some.
bring it together.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were going somewhere else with
I
that.
was not.
It's good. I can get with
I
that.
want something representative of our area. That's just me.
Yes, I agree.
Love and unity and history.
Yeah. And then the next step is, of course, to use this choice in signage, in clothing, bags, merchandise, yes. Cups, so, you know, everybody will have a cup eventually.
Where
T-shirts.
the proceeds fund?
This would come out of the Midtown funds.
No, for the purchase, the sales
Oh,
of
I'm
those.
sorry. Yeah, that would still, that
Come
would
back to
come back.
Midtown.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, that would come back
Good.
into the Midtown funds, yes.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
Excellent.
And we have events like, you know, we just finished Bike Week. Things like this would be a part
Oh,
of.
could you imagine?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
Yep. So just for the record, Pastor, if you want to do a vote so that I can memorialize it and pass it on to our artists.
Excellent. Yes, we'll receive a motion to approve that design. If
I'm
there
going
is a
to,
motion.
my input is gonna be, I like the one word, Midtown,
Yeah,
as
me
opposed
too.
to the breakup of it. I don't care for the breakup.
Stacking like that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay.
So the motion is going to be Midtown, the total word as one, and then red as the suggested.
Is that
color.
The horizontal version.
Yes.
Right, okay.
I'll second that motion.
Well, you made the motion, didn't you?
Well,
She just
okay.
clarified.
Wait, who said first and who said second? Because
Did she make the motion?
I'm like, okay, who was first, who was second? 'Cause she goes,
Did she make the motion? Oh, she was asking the question. Okay, so there's not a motion on the floor right now. So,
She was going to,
Ms.
right?
Richardson,
She was
So
going
then
to.
we go Richardson and then we
Okay.
can do
I
it.
did hear a
Richard made the
motion
motion.
from Miss Richardson. I didn't hear if there was a second.
there was a
Yeah.
second?
I did
Yeah,
say,
she did second, okay. Moved and properly second. That we approve the horizontal
David was with
suggestion
me.
for the, as the logo.
Yes.
Any discussion? Any
None
further discussion?
whatsoever.
No, I don't.
I do have one question. Now, does that mean that we're not giving the artists any leeway to stretch the branding? Or, you know how some branding shifts
Yeah.
according to situation or?
Yes, yes.
or size or.
I'd like to answer that question,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair. So that's where it says horizontal. In some cases, it's gonna have to be
vertical.
stacked.
Yes,
because
flags or
the-
whatever.
Yeah, flags
Banners
or
or-
even on a mug.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to stack it. So there will be cases where you're gonna have to stack it.
And I raised the question because I know you mentioned that you didn't want to see that, but I think that's going to be a part, it's going to have to be a part of certain branding for certain items.
And
Yeah.
just spitballing here, as you know I always do, what is to prevent us from, instead of stacking it, turn it sideways and do
Yes, up and
Midtown?
down. I think that's the guidance we can give them. Yeah.
No, but reading.
Reading, yes.
Reading it straightforward.
Right.
So.
You have to challenge people sometimes.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But it's like turning my cup so you can read it.
Yeah, what does your cup say?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's an important question because
Yep.
when we see the different renditions based on the size of the item or the product, they may have to shift
Yeah.
to a certain degree. Yes. So I wanted to bring that
Okay.
out.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Well, I can see that there with that, yeah.
Okay, so we're okay with that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we're okay with that. All right, no further discussion. We're ready to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposers, nay. So is the order. It is approved, the new rendition for the Midtown logo revision. So that's the red heart alternate.
right.
Thank you so much. All right, next item on the agenda is the Midtown priorities. And so I will stand to make my presentation to the City Commission on Wednesday, April the 15th, as long as they're available to have me. And so I'll do that. And so what we want to make sure that we touch base with is, as we look at the priorities of Midtown, what I should present and what we should share. Oh, I do remember now my question, Michelle.
Yes, sir.
It was regarding old business of the shallow properties that we need to acquire. And has there been any updates since last month?
Let me, I'll take that while she's,
Okay.
and Michelle may want to add. The acquisition of the shallow property, just so that everybody know, it wasn't our intent that we went out looking to buy Shallow's property. But it was presented to us as a property that we should acquire. And of course, when we acquired it, or even considered acquiring it, it was the intent just to move to Blight. We had no plans to develop the property. But after acquiring it and looking at trying to redevelop it, we determined that we can develop it on the footprint that's there today. We could, but you would only get about 10 units based on the zoning. And this is confirmed with our planning department. And we'll be hard pressed to get any parking. Even with all the land that you see right now, we would only probably get 10 units because we got to do retention and parking.
Right.
So as staff, in conjunction with our planning department, we determined that in order to get a really good project, you need to acquire some more land. Because it's not even an acre. Even though it looks pretty large, it's still not an acre. So we would need to acquire about 4 more properties. And that's why we're not moving on it at the moment, because we need to acquire 4 more properties. And that would give us a total of 1 acre, and we can now permit at least 20 units and have sufficient parking and retainage. And so that's what we're working on right now, of getting 4 more lots, having an acre of land, as opposed to saying, let's just do 2 units, 10 units, and we may not have enough land to do the retention.
You still may not?
Still may not.
Even with those 4 lots?
Even with the existing land that
lots,
we have today.
Wow.
Because you gotta do the building,
Gotta do the building,
and you
gotta
gotta
do retention,
put
and
in
parking.
retention, and you gotta do the parking.
Yeah,
Because there's no parking there.
None.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't want to discourage street parking.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Even though, well, it's not allowed there. Yeah, it's too far from ISB. There is somewhere in our code that we exempt parking if you're on Dr. King Boulevard, but this is too far from that intersection of ISB and Dr. King. So whatever the land development code requires, I think it's 2 parking spaces per unit. So we'd have to provide at least 20 with a 10-unit complex.
What is the possibility of variances?
Yeah, you can ask for a variance, but here's the thing: you're only getting 10 units. Only 10
Only
units.
10 units.
We want to get more than 10 units at that location.
Yeah.
We'll try to get, okay.
We want to go beyond 10. We want to do at least 20, minimum of 20.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Yes.
did you have any other questions about the Shiloh property?
That was it. And I think Miss Lucy has a comment regarding that. Too. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we can do it. Public comments. Yes. Yes. Okay.
I just had something
Very
to
good.
add that
Okay.
I know of for a fact.
Very good. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
I just
Yes.
wanted to give you some background on the priorities that are before you.
Yes.
Your presentation to the commission, this is information for the board. This is not something that you have to follow. We're just providing this to you because back in 2023, the previous board members, I think Ms. Bonner, Ms. Richardson, I believe Ms. Washington, as well as, were you? Definitely Ms. Hardy.
Right.
Don't know if Ms. Shepherd was on the board then.
Yeah.
But they identified, okay, you sure were. Yes, you were. Yes, yes, yes. They identified at that time what they considered priorities, what I say priorities, but it says the needs plan. It's the same thing. And then the second document is a list of priorities that staff has already provided to the commission to consider. And this is just an opportunity to give the chair your feedback, as well as the chairman can add to this what's important for you all going forward for us to achieve in Midtown.
Very good. Yes.
So you all can discuss in terms of what you want to add, subtract, or agree with.
For the needs plan are the individual board members' suggestions from 2023. Are those still priorities that you see? And while you're doing that, this particular priority list, Midtown, which is provided by the City Commission, I think I'm in agree with that. And in addition to what we have on the needs plan, as I look at these and have waded through the master plan for Midtown, that was developed, what, 2012? Yes. Led by FAMU? Yes. There are several things that I wanted to make sure that we covered in that. But I think this hits the majority of that, you know, starting with housing development and economic empowerment, infrastructure and connectivity, community engagement and cultural preservation, and beautification and neighborhood livability. So I think it covers most of those, and I can go in detail with a few bullet points.
Okay.
So what we want to make sure that we do is that I cover everything that you all would like for me to cover in that priority list. And for sake of both understanding and counsel from the staff, would it be more effective to go deep in detail or remain general?
No, I in my opinion, you certainly present it as though that they understand. For instance, I'll take innovative policing. That's an issue, and innovative policing is what the statute requires us. The statute allows us to utilize CRA funding if we call it innovative policing. That is basically creating a task force or a particular unit of our police department that will zero in on just the Midtown CRA. You can't go outside the CRA and get paid, but once you do, you have to report into general fund. But the statute allows us to pay for those police services, if you call it innovative policing. So you would need to be able to tell the commission, we want a more increase of security services, be it unarmed or armed, so that we just don't say we need to increase police services. I would definitely be more detailed on what you mean about police services in the Midtown community.
Okay. And that was actually one of my questions, one of two questions I meant to ask Captain Conde regarding unarmed security and community policing.
We have right now a contract downtown. We have a contract with police department that we're paying for services on the boardwalk, right? Yeah, we're paying for services on the boardwalk, and that is the Daytona Beach Police. And I think there is going to be some initiation soon with having unarmed on Main Street. Okay. So you can consider doing the same thing in Midtown.
Okay. Very good. All right. Any other
I have a question.
comments?
So the innovative policing, would that apply to events where Captain Conte said they were short-staffed at certain times of the year, whether it's Bike Week, whether it's, Jeep Week, any those things would apply that we could possibly have?
So normally when there is a special event, there is no special detail. We call them details, where
Okay.
you take an officer who's off work for that period of time,
Okay.
say if we needed innovative policing along MLK from Orange Avenue to ISB, just picking a spot.
Okay.
And we wanted them to literally walk that beat for 6 hours.
Okay.
That does not apply during special events, because those officers, like he said, who were asking for off duty, they're no leave is granted.
Okay.
So we would have to supplement that. A way around that is you supplement that with unarmed security, which
Okay.
is a third party
Right.
company. It's not police officers, it's a security detail.
Yeah, contract security, yeah.
I have a question about that. Is there a possibility of where we might be able to employ Volusia County sheriffs to do this?
Well, we tell the police department what we need, and we allow them to tell us how they're going to employ the enforcement or protection. But that's a good idea. That's something that we would pass along and find out if there's a possibility
If those
and it would be
resources
helpful.
are available,
But here's something that the city recently passed the resolution to increase the hourly rate for the special detail.
Okay.
So I don't want to 75. I think it's $75 an hour for special detail. So we had special detail recently on the beach side, and it was very expensive for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
One day, very expensive.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, right. Oh, yeah. So I think you got to have a good big mix of unarmed security.
Yeah, unarmed
we don't hate unarmed contract security. I did that in college when I was a little more fit. And they called me a rental cop. Top flight security. Yeah. But okay, any other comments regarding anything you need from me to make sure that I share with the commission?
No.
Some of it, all of it, plus detail.
All of it.
All of it. All of this.
Don't leave anything out.
Leave anything out.
I agree.
Oh, Mr. Chair, I did want to
Yes.
make one mention, and it's still sticking with me. It's something that one of the residents, and he lives on just east of I think it's just east of Wimpy's, that particular street. I think it's Jefferson.
Jefferson.
So, and you all know who he is. Him and his sister, they're very active in the community. And each time he's seen me, he said, I've been asking for a sidewalk on Jefferson for 20 years. I think it's Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, you know, that's one of the things that you probably would want to say, you know, is that we need to, I mean, there's probably others too that need it, but I do know that he's been talking about paving Jefferson for a long time, multiple decades. And when he said that to me, that stuck with me because I felt as though we need to do this. We need to put a sidewalk on Jefferson.
What's been the barrier?
I think right away, you know, it's, you know, the streets are narrow. It's a right of way.
Okay. So that hadn't been solved yet, though.
No, and if we do it, you got a surveyor. If we do it, it probably only be one side of the street, of course.
So we can't get request a variance for that, something like that.
Well, I mean, we need to make it a priority. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, streets there in the Midtown that need to be paved, and a lot of them. When we talk to Public Works, it's the right of way. You don't have the right of way to do the pavement. Caroline, we were going to start at Caroline and just go east, because you can go to Caroline, you can go to Parker, and I mean, it's all of them. They don't have sidewalks.
Is any of that a public safety matter?
Yeah. I would think it's important that our residents don't walk in the road.
Yes.
Because I see a lot of that walking in the road, and we're driving on the street and it's 30, 40 miles per hour.
Yes.
And just think about a child who's going to the bus stop. You know,
so true.
you know, you need to be on the sidewalk. You shouldn't be in. And with these scooters now, they're in the road.
See, they are in the road.
So I think it's impaired. And see, I don't. It's not going to be done all at one time.
Right.
But I really do believe every year we should make it our duty to pave sidewalks street by street until we get it, even if it takes us a decade.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and there, and I don't know if I think I mentioned it before. There is one street in the whole city that's not paved, and that's Division. I should have asked the question. Did anybody know? But that's Division.
Division?
Yes, off of Orange Avenue, just before the intersection. It's on the south side of the road. And this Public Works Department has 100% drawings, and the cost I think is just around $500,000. And so that's one of the priorities that we're going to put on our list.
How long a stretch is that?
About a block and a half.
Block. Who?
It's a lot of underground.
Oh, yeah.
When you're dealing with the unpaved street,
Right.
you have to make sure that, you know, your underground can support what's on top of the ground, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But we're going to work with Public Works to try to help, you know, get that street paved, because we need retention.
Right.
There's apartment complex, affordable housing apartment complex is going to be built on the north side of Orange, and they need retention, so they're going to pipe in the retention on Division. So it's going to help us twofold: retention for that complex, and also retention for the new road development.
Put this on your plan as they pipe into the new retention. Is that going to create an environment where infrastructure-wise we can better what's taking place throughout this entire community?
Yeah, you mean just the area in general?
Yes.
Making sure adequate retention. You know, also. Yeah. Yes. Yes, sir.
And hinting on the flooding issue too. So it's as a part of a solution. Okay, good.
I have a comment on this, if you don't mind.
Yes.
When I purchased my property around Fulton, I wanted to fence it in And so naturally I contacted the city. And, if there was an easement necessary, for a future sidewalk, because there are no sidewalks on Fulton, they told me no. Flat out no. So my fence is 3 feet from the road. And that's the problem you're going to run into, trying to put sidewalks in.
Yeah, she's right. Her street, I mean, you get 2 cars going in opposite direction.
yeah.
One have to pull over to the side.
Yeah,
Let the other
it
one
is really
pass.
tight, yeah.
That's the way it's always been.
Now, if you
That's
want
gonna be
to
tough,
pay
yeah.
the thousands that I have already taken out of my pocket and moved my fence back, please be my guest to put a sidewalk.
And we may have to do that in
Okay.
cases. I
I'm
mean,
good
in
with
some
that.
cases, we're gonna have to acquire that strip of land
Yeah.
in order, or get it.
And that's why I called.
To do it.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. All right. So, got my orders to present this and go into more detail too.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
All right. And I'll add those things that I mentioned as well. Excellent. All right. Sounds like a plan. Good. Okay. Next item now, we will receive any new business? Nope. Okay, good. Very good. Next item, our public comment. Ms. Lucy, we ready for you? We are ready for you.
Welcome.
I'm
Good evening.
Desmore, local realtor in the area and development person. Had a couple of questions. We were talking about parking over in the Shiloh area. So apartments go up, senior citizens, is there a distinction for them? Because usually they may only require 1 space instead of 2 parking spaces. What is the rule behind that?
And we get that question often. There is no relief in our land development code for abilities or disabilities when it comes to parking, eliminating them. And what I mean by that is just because you're a senior, even if it is an affordable housing apartment complex for seniors, there is still a parking requirement. The disabilities, you're increasing the parking space, but there's nothing in our code to say just because you're a senior citizen and you don't drive, we're gonna remove parking. There is nothing in our
So that person
code.
may not need 2 parking spaces because they.
We don't give them that relief in our code.
So they still.
It could be 100% affordable housing for seniors and there's still the same parking requirement, unfortunately.
Okay.
But then that's where some of the relief that Ken was saying about the variance.
Yes.
There's a number, in any request, there's always a reduction, but not to the degree where you're eliminating 50 required spaces.
Oh,
You may,
no,
yeah, but I'm
no.
saying in terms of the relief is pretty small. So even if you build the units, 10 units, you still have a big parking requirement. It's gonna take up a lot of land, as well as landscaping.
Yeah.
You know, landscaping is unused land that's required for the development, but I wish there was because we get that question a lot. Yeah.
And the other question is, someone is on the side of the street, the Division Street, and I know you've got 4 properties that are headed toward the closest to Shiloh area. There's still another property I am dealing with on a client, I'll call it. So Transform 386, and they have been approved, they're qualified to go out and go get another property. Instead of them waiting on the rehab thing, which was gonna take forever in their perspective, they turned in their application with Transform 386 and became approved to have the new property built. They'll have a new house built, and basically. So I'm taking care of that for them, handling everything. We have the vacant lot. We know who's building the new house for the party on the other side of town. And so for that old house that's gonna be left now, instead of rehabbing, it'll probably get torn down. So Transform 386, they will actually become the overseer's owner of that, I guess, once they do whatever. I've been told 2 things in regard to Shiloh side, property side, whatever. I've been told it has to be stormwater, and then I was told that it could be just property that could be placed into the project. So I don't know which one would fit. Is it going to be a requirement that that property has to be a stormwater, used only for stormwater?
You're talking about Cottle Circle.
Oh, no, I'm talking about right over in the area, the Division Street area that goes into the Shiloh property.
I'm not aware of that. The only property that has use restrictions is between Transform 386 and the City of Daytona Beach Public Works are Cottle Circle properties.
Okay.
Those
So
have
not
use.
necessarily that particular property has to be used stormwater. And that came from someone that just gave their, saying, no, that's what's gonna happen. They were in a meeting and it already took place. I wanted to verify that because that is another property that as the assemblage of properties come out and it is on that correct side of the street to make things happen, that could be something that would be whatever, and I'm more than willing to, you know, make sure an RFP comes out to do whatever. But once I was told to say, oh, you can only have stormwater drain there, I'm thinking, oh, okay, that won't be any good to extra parking and extra things that's needed. But that party has signed off. We know that they're purchasing. They opted for the purchase of a home to, and the rule says on the flyer that I printed several of the flyers and gave them out. As long as the Transform does not purchase over $429,000 for that property that they're leaving, then they could, you know, they'll get the appraisal.
Okay.
It could be $250, it could be $249,900, $265, whatever it's gonna be, but they'll pay that. That's gonna be the price that they will be paying for their purchase of their new place.
Very good.
So, yeah.
And we're not aware of any other properties other than Cottle Circle.
That have that storm drainage.
Right, because
Good.
they're already near a wet pond.
That's
You know, we
correct.
call it the tick over there.
Yes,
Yeah.
And they also built Maley retention pond, so there are two.
Two over there.
And they're just expanding that to try to gather some of that runoff, but I'm not aware of any other locations, but, I don't know everything that Public Works is doing, because they don't come to us. We just know that because we work with them on Cottle Circle. I don't know if they've entered into an agreement with the county for other locations, but I'm not aware of anything by Shiloh.
And that's a good thing right now. So
Very good. Yeah, that is.
I'm going to continue with what I'm doing, and that just makes another property that will be a benefit when that time comes. All right.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Appreciate it. Good stuff. Excellent.
Chairman, if I may, I wanted to bring to the board that we know we've had our challenges with Transform 386, and we had an alternative there for a while.
Yes.
They left the state, but I did find somebody else
Did okay. Very good.
live.
Very good.
And I will forward all that phone information
Yes,
to you.
very good.
Okay, so that if we do have anybody that has storm damage or anything like that, roofs or air conditioners, windows, whatever the issue is, then we can utilize them
Okay.
for
Very good.
repairs.
Very good. Excellent.
And along those lines, Mr. Chair, we do have an organization that is paying up to 15 grand for
Yes.
Ian and Nicole damages.
Which group is that?
Is it reliable?
Rebuilding.
There was something I saw on that, yeah. Yeah, I
Right.
think
Yeah, I
that was
think I
yesterday.
have sent that out. Okay.
So we still have options.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Anything else, Ms. Bonner? You-
Not that I
comment?
can think of, no, other than the meeting being productive and
Excellent.
moved out quite well. Thank you.
Excellent. Ms. Richardson?
No, I have no comments, which is surprising. But it was a wonderful meeting. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Ms. Shaw. Ms. Jones, anything else?
Ditto.
Excellent. Ms. Washington?
No.
No? You sure? Okay, okay. Ms. Hardy? Excellent. All right, very, very good. I just want to say to everyone, thank you so much. Appreciate your insight and your input. And we look forward to next month. And our meeting will be on the 14th, the day before I make the presentation for the commission. And so we'll have time if you want to share anything else, that would be appreciated. And again, thank you, staff. Appreciate everything that you all do. Make a difference. And thank you, Ms. Lucy.
Yes, yes.
So recap, we had a great meeting, and we look forward to completing this work. Meeting adjourned.
All right.
7:08.